locally, and we have been, beyond distributing COVID tests, we've been focusing on vaccine equity by getting the word out there about the importance of vaccines, the access to vaccines, that they're free, that you can get them without showing ID or immigration papers, and where folks can get those. I'm not sure if there's anything else you'd like to add, Dr. Roybal, but that's sort of the big picture.
So this evening, we are here at the Health Council live at 220 Adams Street Southeast. And community, anyone is welcome to drive up to our site and request tests. You don't have to feel ill to request tests. You are welcome to come by. If you work in a school and you feel there's maybe teachers or students that come in and families, you're welcome to come pick up a box of tests or email our office. You'll be picking up boxes within the week or tests. So there is no fee or charge. You just drive up. You don't need to feel ill or anything like that. We just feel that this is a great thing to have on hand. We want to make it easy. We want to make it accessible. We want to make it so that everyone has that equal opportunity, you know, not waiting in line or not being able to afford a test or having to wait like a week and a half to know, but so that people just have this in their house and that they're able to test themselves or their families or provide them for neighbors or coworkers. So we just, this drive is going to go till 7:30 this evening and anytime during the week. So if you know anyone or your neighborhood, it's, you know, you want to be able to provide these, you can just come by and pick them up. Again, we are at 220 Adams Southeast. So we're right here, kind of in the Nob Hill area. We'll be here till 7:30 and we are in Suite A. So we have a little doorbell, the door should be open, and Enrique Cardial, our executive director, will be at the door greeting all of our guests who come to pick up tests. So to date, we have distributed 6,478 tests. So we have been able to provide to our community across Albuquerque within a short span of time. So this is just a really great feat. And again, you don't have to be ill or anything. It's just good to keep these on hand, right? Being able to, coworker comes to work, they can test. It's free. And also we are providing information on vaccines, where to get your vaccine, just making it as simple as possible to, you know, continue with that protection. Things are changing as time goes on, but we want to make sure that our community is aware that they're able to get vaccines at any time and to continue that. So today, let's go ahead and jump to our special guest. So we have, you know, a lot of our conversations, I don't know who's getting really tired of talking about COVID, right? COVID has really dominated our lives, school, work, you know, in so many ways. And so tonight, I just thought it would be really a nice change to invite one of our local artists to come talk to us and give us examples of how they took, you know, this experience just to create music and make people's lives happy and richer and through their talent. So we have local artists, Inca Gold. We have Andres Morales visiting with us this evening. We opened up with a video during the pandemic and during a lot of the shutdown. He took the time and space with his group to create lots of different musical compilations to really help and promote health and healing throughout the community. So I'll let you introduce yourself because there's a lot to say. So thank you, Andres.
¿Me pueden escuchar? Can you hear me?
Claro que sí.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Oscar Andres Morales Vega. I'm from Ecuador, South America, and I live here in Albuquerque more than maybe 24 years now. But my English is my second language. My primary language is Spanish. But yeah, I just want to tell you that I'm so very happy to being here, living here, because I know various states, and New York, Chicago, LA, and this one is one of the most like, how do I say, tranquilo, I don't know.
Tranquil.
Tranquil, yes, states and cities. And yeah, that's my life here is being successful. I'm a part of Inca Gold Music that I have traveled everywhere. So now these days, my group, my brother and me are very known on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Because I guess because the pandemic, doing the right thing just to do like soothing, relaxing music for the people, because these days they really need it. From my experience, I don't know if you wanna hear about my experience about COVID or about music. I don't know.
I think las dos cosas, you know, porque
Okay.
Oscar has a very interesting story, and he's going to share, you know, yes, definitely about your music and how you use that to really change and help. And like you said, like soothe and heal community across the United States and here in Albuquerque. And you used a lot of these different like venues to get the music out. But on the other hand, I want to hear a little bit about maybe La Comunidad Latina, like what the experiences during the, you know, what could be done better to help communities, you know, that tal vez son bilingüe, right? Or necesita como access, who need access to, you know, healthcare facilities, and just, you know, what could have been better? How could we supported la comunidad aquí, you know? Been here 24 years, and, you know, you have a lot of experience with all the different communities here in New Mexico and in Albuquerque. And so we really want to reach out and just kind of think through your experience, you know, what was the most difficult and how can we help? And you can just tell your story if you're sharing. But,
yeah, on my experience, I don't know if everybody speaks Spanish.
Pero si quieres hablar en español y lo traduzco, ¿ya?
Okay, está bien. I will try. If I don't know a word, I will tell you. I think for my experience here in Albuquerque, for the Latin community, I think they still need more people to speak Spanish, because in many places they don't. They still maybe they look you like weird if you don't speak English. They still, I don't know, maybe racist. I don't know. It's and at that point it's kind of weird for me. But that's why I went to school with my kids. I learned English, but even though I have an accent, in some places they look me weird. But I mean, I try to speak in English, and I'm trying to speak in Spanish too. So yeah, I feel like when it will need more people bilingual, but perfectly bilingual, speaking Spanish and English. Eso pensaría.
So you've been having more access to individuals who are bilingual. So
yeah,
this is good. No, thank you for sharing that and your experience. So with COVID, like when you're trying to get access to, you know, see a doctor or I don't know if you're comfortable sharing, you know, your experience.
Oh yeah, that thing is also for the Latin community. They need to go to school also. They have to try to educate themselves also, just because they do not like be struggling speaking. By in my experience, yeah, I had a little trouble like going to the doctor and trying to explain exactly how I feel or what I have when I got COVID. But yeah, it was a little challenging for me, and because I didn't know some specific words about different kind of pain or swollen or numb or something. So I have to be looking in the dictionary, getting help with my translator in my phone. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the language is the most important thing to communicate, and they can understand you better.
So language is a real barrier during
Oh yeah.
experience. Okay. So language gaining access. Do you feel que la comunidad latina que, you know, that are bilingual o que habla español or, you know, are they comfortable, you know, with the vaccine or reaching out, or is it difficult encontrar como información? Like, ¿qué podemos hacer para mejorar la situación para la comunidad latina?
Yo pienso que more places with more information with both language, like, you know, on the boards, maybe regulations in English and Spanish, they can go and read it in more places to go and get the vaccine or get more information about COVID. Because the only we know is only the urgent care and the hospitals. That's it. I think they have to do more these days online on Facebook. Try to do more ads or programs to let the people know the access easy way or the fast way to get tests or to get the treatment with COVID. Because sometimes we don't know where to go. If I only know one place, if I go over there, it's full of people, and then I don't know what to do. So we don't have many information about places where to go, I think.
So the community really needs to do a full outreach in order to make it accessible to our residents who are bilingual. Like we need English and Spanish. We need information, right? We need better outreach.
Yeah. Yes.
No,
yes.
this is really good. And it's really good that you're able to, you know, you experience this and you within your community, within your, you know, family and friends, you're able to see like the difficulty that it was to actually get.
I can talk about in my experience. When I go to my country in Ecuador, if you get sick, you get like very serious. So you right away you go to your doctor and he is there. So he is there right away. What happened? So when I came here, I got the virus, and I want to go to the doctor. I cannot go to the doctor. I have to make a call, and then I have to make an appointment. If I feel bad, so bad, he said, "Yep, the doctor has an appointment next week on Thursday." Oh my God! I said, God, no. That's why when I came, I think when I came from my country, I got Omicron. So I called the doctor, and he said, "No, you have an appointment for next week." And I told the lady, "What if I get worse? What can I do? Can I go over there?" "No, you have to wait until the appointment." And I went to the doctor with the appointment, and I told him, just in case, if I get worse, can you send me something like a reset, called prescription, just in case to have it ready. He said, okay, if you get worse, get this on Walgreens. Okay. But that was my intention, just in case if I get worse. If I don't get worse, but I do have already the medicine. You know what I mean? Sometimes if I get worse and I have to wait until the appointment, or go to urgent care, takes long time, and also gets worse if you don't have insurance. So that's the worst part here. Without insurance, sometimes maybe They not. I have experience in the hospitals when they have insurance. Okay, everything goes straight. But when I don't have insurance, okay, wait here, just wait, just wait. And I think they don't give you the, ¿cómo se dice? The priority when you don't have insurance. So maybe if you can, any association, any company can work about insurance to help the Latin community. That will be nice too.
So navigating the health system, you know, the lack of insurance and having somebody to be able to navigate and help.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, you know, we have lots of individuals. So we're seeing, like, if we look at the statistics nationally and we see how hard the Latin community, the Latino community, the indigenous community, the Native community were hit with COVID and continue. We continue to see these different types of numbers. And so this is really important, like, you know, to hear your experience in navigating and thinking through, you know, what areas can be done, you know, where we can help and what we can put out there to make life easier. So thank you for sharing your experience. Is there anyone that has any questions for Andres or like to share or?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, I think he did really well for one. Like, you know, there's a lot of people, myself included. I was born and raised here in Albuquerque and I understand Spanish, but I don't speak it. And so that kind of limits me on the other end of not wanting to get involved in those conversations for, like, you feel intimidated, you feel judged, or it's hard. It's hard to put yourself out there. So you did very well, Mr. Morales Vega. And another thing, I could just imagine we who understand and speak Spanish and have been to doctors several times, it's even hard. It was hard for us to maneuver our way through getting appointments, seeing a doctor, getting to urgent care or any of those things. So I could just imagine if you have, you know, that language barrier makes it that much more difficult. So that has to be frustrating.
I love having these conversations because we can really talk about, you know, the pieces that this is our lived experience, right? These are real things, like, you know, that you're experiencing out there that we don't always, we kind of have an idea, but we don't pick up on the gravity of it at times. You mentioned the racism, like feeling like uncomfortable. If you could just elaborate a little bit on, like, maybe your experience. And we're here in Albuquerque, we're in New Mexico, right? We're a bilingual state. Like, we need this, these are things that we need to, you know, address, think about, talk about, if we're going to break down these barriers and really help each other out to push through what we're experiencing here as a community.
There's several. Mr. Morales Vega was just talking about, like, the language barrier, but in school, as we're having these conversations amongst our schools with our families, a lot of the barriers come in, like, there's no transportation. You know, they can't get to where they need to get to. They can't make the doctor's appointments. And having something in the way of, like, a mobile health care unit or something that goes to these smaller communities, especially for the elderly or people, because we have a lot of families who they're undocumented and they're afraid. They don't want to go to the doctor. They're afraid that they're going to get called on CYFD when they take their kids in. It's scary. It's a scary situation. Yeah. And I think that there has to be a lot more resources and access to doctors' visits, or the doctor visits coming to them in the way of a mobile. You know, we see them with Presbyterian all the time. They have that big mobile unit that goes out to certain places for blood draws or any of the, you know, whatever it is that they're doing. There really should have been something like this whole time during COVID. A lot of people couldn't leave. They can't drive. So there has to be a different way to do this. this should have taught us a lot of things. And I think, like you just said, these conversations are the only way we're going to change it, make the difference.
Yeah, and another point I remember too when I got COVID, yeah, for me, it was easy to go to Walgreens to get like Dayquil, NyQuil, ibuprofen, everything. And it was, I was watching a program saying that what if it gets worse, everybody gets sick and not even people can go work in Walgreens or CVS, everything is shut down. How are you gonna get the medicine? So I was thinking there has to be organization that provides a kit to send it home just in case if you get sick. You know what I mean? Because if there is no, or like, this Omicron too, you go to get like Dayquil, NyQuil, everything was empty because a lot of people were sick. So what do I do? So now these days, we have to have like a kit in the house just in case we get infected with COVID. Be ready. Get ready for that.
As a matter of fact, Matt Cross-Gian from Department of Health came and brought 2 big boxes to us, because what we were finding was, myself and our dean of attendance, when we would go out to these homes to do a checks for attendance, a lot of the parents were saying they're sick, we don't know where to go, or they don't even want to go, we don't want to leave the house. So we started putting those boxes together. So each time that we would go to the attendance home visits, we were taking them with us, because we were finding that for whatever reason, they just weren't going to the doctor. So as you're saying, Andres, being prepared, giving them that in case they need it and not having to wait for it when they do, like having it there with them makes it easier for them to test.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing that we got those.
Thank you. Thank you, Charla. Thank you, Andres. Now I want to move into music. Like, you use music for the community. You sent your gift out to the world. You made it available on YouTube, and I know you worked through several throughout the pandemic on different platforms to reach communities and reconnect individuals. So if you want to talk about that, your music, maybe share, and maybe we can put up one of the videos or a couple of where we're doing that.
No, yeah, it's my music now is helping people because the COVID affect the nervous system, and they are having ansiedad, ¿cómo se dice? Anxiety,
Yes, yes.
ansiedad. So my music helps to them. So when I go to do the concerts, many people, they say, thank you so much, I need this. You don't know how my life is being after COVID, and your music helps me to relax and yeah, to be calm. So yeah, that's why I use my instruments. I got here. This one, it's called the pan flute. I think you just put the video on Chain Melody. And I make a different kind of music, contemporary music, new age music, traditional music. I'm open for any kind of music. I love music, and I like different rhythms too. So yeah, that's one of them, pan flute. And what you want to know how this one sounds like? I want to play the fly of the condor, el condor pasa. That's a pan flute. One of the instruments that I play. Another one that I play is called quena. Quena is this instrument. You can see the mouthpiece. Has a six notes on the front and one in the back. Yeah, it sounds like it. That's the quena. Quena is original from Bolivia. The quena, the pan flute. This one is original from Romania, and the instrument original from my country, from Ecuador, is this one. This one is called the rondador. The rondador is very interesting because it has the two notes. You have to play two pipes. You play the note and the harmony. So it sounds like this. How it sounds, two notes, the note and the harmony. Otherwise, will be only one. Rondador, original from my country, from Ecuador, and we play the rhythms called San Juanitos. San Juanitos are the happy rhythms. Yeah. And when I came here, I always like the flutes, any kind of flutes, and this one is more from here, the Native American flute. And I love this one because the sound and the way you need to play, because it has six notes. But when you cover the third hole, this on the third one, you play in minor scale. But if you open all the holes, you play on major scale. So I'm gonna play right now minor scale, and then I play one song on major scale. Yeah, so this kind of music is helping many people these days. Even me. So now I want to play a major scale, Amazing Grace. I think they call the prayer song. The Native Americans, they call the prayer song. Yeah, this is the Native American flute. what else can I say? I think.
Thank you so much. Yeah, just even those pieces, you know, they're really relaxed. If you would like to put your information in the chat, you know, where, and we could find your music, locate your music. Inca Gold, you have millions of views and people
Oh yeah,
all
no,
over the
no.
world that really, you know, use your music to heal, and this would be even great for students. And so this is a very different kind of medicine. So thank you. I really want to thank you for sharing this kind of medicine, this music medicine with us this evening here at the Health Council, and then also sharing your experience. I just had a few more questions. I know that after your experience, you took extra steps to really heal through the food you're eating. You had a very interesting story about, and I think that's really important to share. So we've had so much, you know,
Okay.
so many members of our community that have experienced it, and you know how to heal physically from, you know, having it.
Yeah. First thing I can say, I was overweight. I used to weigh 200 and almost 40 pounds, 240 pounds. But a good thing that I decided to start changing my life, quitting drinking, quitting eating bad. And I decided with my brother start doing exercise, running. And it was a good thing because after 1 year doing that, the COVID hit. And we got the COVID. Oh man, I was very thankful for that because I think was prepared and healthy when I got the virus. And see, when I got the virus, I got all my life on the how do you say it, and health, very serious on my health. So since then, I changed all my life to eat healthier and try to do more exercise, because I know when your body is prepared and healthy, you're ready to fight any virus, any disease. And I think we need to educate the Latin community or the native people. I think it will be hard because the way we used to eat or the way they eat, it's bad. So that's why I think we need more education on the big habits of eating. So yeah, so right now I can just tell the people, just eat healthy, do exercise, and don't worry, don't be scared, be strong for anything. So that's how I think now these days.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. I know that during a lot of the pandemic, you were, you know, doing different like health videos. So you're using your platform to get out that, you know, exercise, running, being outdoors, and just really changing the lifestyle. So I thought that was really important. You know, thinking through just the different things that we can do, whether it's just walking or taking time, you know, just to get outside, get fresh air, and kind of using those different, you know, what we do every day. So I just want to thank you so much for sharing your story, and I want to open it up for any other comments or questions. We're getting close to the end of our segment here. We are still here. We will be here until 7:30, handing out our COVID tests, providing our boxes. We also have packs of hand sanitizer, masks. We still promote the use of masks. We don't see this. So we have packs here that we can also provide PPE for you, for your families, for your organizations. So we still have quite a few. I have a few behind me. well over 10. So if you're interested in PPE or picking up other, tests, kits, reach out to us. We're at 220 Adams Street, Suite A. And we'll be here till 7:30. We're here every day. If you send us an email to our organization, and maybe we can put that in the chat. You're here at the Health Council. You're always welcome to reach out. The community is always welcome to reach out and just let us know. It's been really helpful thinking through transportation, the use of mobile health clinics and how we get information out. We talk about putting things in Spanish and English, and some of the material we have that, but actually doing, outreach and really showing like this is a safe place. It's safe to come here. It's safe to get your vaccine. It's safe to get go ahead, Samil. Samil has her hand up.
Oh, you can finish, Dr. Roybal. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no.
Okay, thanks.
All right, yeah.
Something that I've been thinking about, and I know that there are several folks that I talked to and have talked to over the last few days, right, is the governor lifting the mask mandate and how impactful that is for many people and our communities, and the narrative that continues around like, oh, we're Omicron is easing and we're getting through the pandemic. I guess I'm just curious to know, like, how can folks, I feel like I've been able to engage in some healthy conversations around my own practices and to where I don't feel comfortable with the lifting of the mandate, but how do we engage in conversations knowing that not everyone is of that belief system, and in community that we're in, there will be folks who are like, hey, the mask mandate's up, we're good. But yeah, just kind of how can we support each other, I guess, basically, is like, how can we support each other through that?
And I think we definitely need to normalize wearing masks, right? If you're wearing a mask and somebody else doesn't wish to, we need to make that where, if we feel comfortable or we want to continue wearing masks, continue. We are not done with the pandemic. The United States, we're still losing 2,000 people a day here in the United States. Lifting the mandate, although, with the mandate in the state, but you are welcome. We can still wear masks in our place of business. We can still wear masks. And we really probably need to take that as an individual, take the onus to continue our efforts to stay safe. And it's real. We're still seeing the effects of COVID. And we may see changes. It'll give us, some time before we see, whether numbers are changing or different things like that. But, always, carrying hand sanitizer, continue with the masks, things that you need to normalize it in your places of work. If you feel comfortable having the mask off or the mask on, but really, we do see a lot of other locations and countries where it's normal to wear a mask and to continue that way. So it's not over. We are moving into different variants, right? The variants are changing. And so we'll continue to see how this kind of rolls out. But for all, keeping what you're comfortable with, and normalizing. If we see others that are, strict to keep wearing their mask, that supporting that, not making that something, not looking at it in a negative light or a negative way, right? But really taking that, if we want to do that, do that. It's not going away. COVID is very serious. There are very serious implications. It does, really affect the body. It is very hard to tell, and we don't know, we still don't know what these other variants, what the impact or the long-term impact is going to be. So for us here is, we're still promoting the use of masks, and we're also promoting getting vaccinated. So I think in the US, there's still less than, 50% of the nation is actually vaccinated. So we're still seeing, these numbers and, get out there, protect yourself the best that you can. And we're all in this together. So, but thank you so much, Samil. Thank you everyone who has joined us this evening. And we hope to see you. Okay, so next week, we are going to have on the 28th, we're going to be on the 28th, and we are going to have a teacher panel. So all of our guests that will be joining us will be joining us from schools. And Charlotte, I'm not sure, are you going to be one of our guests next week? So we've invited community health coordinators and teachers, educators to get their, their angle of the story and what they need.
I actually was, because Matt brought the tests out and he's on my council. He invited me to this meeting tonight. He sent me the link. So I said, okay, well, any new information I can get or any information I can pass on, I try to attend as many meetings as possible. So, but I mean, if it's in my calendar, I would go.
We would love to have you. So we just recently opened the invite, for educators. And if you have any other colleagues, but we want to make space for the community who are out there, in the trenches, working with the kids and the families, and just a little bit about your experience and how we can help on that end, what the community wants to know. So thank you so much, Charlotte. I really enjoyed having you here this evening, and everybody. So I want to thank you to our guest, Inca Gold. If you want to put your information in the chat, so that people can reach out and have access to your music, that would be wonderful. So yeah, this is one of Albuquerque's local stars. So we just want to thank you for being here and for supporting our health. Music is medicine, food is medicine, community is medicine. So thank you. Kunawaha, I'm going to share another.
You're welcome.
One of your videos as we sign out. So thank you.
Okay. Gracias.